Go.
Hello folks, today we're going to do a quick video. It's on the 270 round, 270 Winchester. We're doing 130 grain SSTs. We're going to use a powder, Ogden h4895. As far as I'm aware, this is the only powder that you can really go pretty low and really slow down the velocity. The load we're going to make today is going to be a specific load. It's going to be for tree stand hunting or smaller hog hunting, just to save powder. So what we're going to use today is about 36.3 grains of h4895. Alright, we've gone ahead and calibrated the scale. We've tared out the dish weight. So here we go. .2, that's fine, that's what we'll go with. As long as it's within close weight of that, we're just going to stick with that. What I'm going to do today, one at a time, each case, put right here, put that on top. There it goes, calculated out to 36.3. Like to double check, I look inside now, and then I put it back there. Grab another one, put it right here, put the green on top, grab my dish. Make sure your dish pour is consistent. This powder meters out fairly accurately, 36.3 once again. So let's take it, bring it over, pour it in, make sure it all gets in there. I'm only going to show you 3 of these, and I'll run the rest by myself. And then we'll jump to the next step. .1. Let's go ahead and drop a little more in that one. We'll use the powder dropper. Just a tiny little bit. That is way, way too much. So let's try that again. It's got it, 36.3. Alright folks, with reloading, it's always really important to double check and triple check everything. So, I take the flashlight, I come over the rounds, I make sure they're all evened out. I look at them from different angles. I make sure that there's no double loads. With this powder, you probably couldn't double load, but you could certainly load and a half. You could put it up where it's pretty dangerous. Okay? So those are all set. Now, we're going to go ahead and take about 10 of these, and we'll put them right on top of there. 1, 2, 3. They should be tight in there. If they slide right in, you got a serious problem. I used to place these on, but it really doesn't make a difference. I just straighten them out as I go. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to put them into the press. I already had it preset because I've already made some of these. As you can see, these are of course nickel cased. We're going to test some of these too today when we go out to the range. Like I said, 130 grain SSTs, they've been known to have problems with high velocity of just exploding when they hit the target. So, not the best hunting round in the world. They hit and just burst. They don't have a good pass through, no good trailing shot. If you get a bad side shot on an animal, sometimes they'll take off, be horribly wounded, but not go down. So if you slow down the velocity, it should expand and function properly. Hornady actually says, I believe it's between 1,600 and 2,700 feet per second expansion should occur properly. So all we do is we put these on, we make sure that's nice and straight, up and in, slide it in. And oh yeah, isn't that beautiful? Let's do it with each one. They're all pretty close. I'm not going to be crimping today. We're using a bolt action rifle, so I'm not real concerned about it. These are in nice and tight. These cannot be moved without a pliers at least. Like I said, this round, basically like a 6.8 now. So probably going to be used mostly within 300 yards. And I think I'm going to specifically be using this one from a tree stand for the most part. Maybe for some smaller hog hunting. But we'll see. It might be a nice one to use with the night vision. That way there's not quite as much kick up and I can get a good look at it when I hit it. But it's a good load as far as saving powder, so I hope they test out well. There we go. I like to get another look at each of them. Make sure they have all the primers, make sure they all look decent. Looks good. They all look consistent, they all look even. Most of the time spent is going to be spent on your trimming and case work, so this part's just an easy part. They look good. And we're going to be headed off to the range. We'll see you there, folks. Be about 10 shots with this. We'll do 10 shots with the other rounds. We'll see how they do. Alright folks, last step, we're going to use a gauge case check. So real quick, we'll make sure each one fits. Fit. 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 I would recommend this. With pistol rounds, I'd check 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4. With rifle rounds like this, where there's not that many, you might as well check every one. Usually, all of them work. But every now and then, if there's an issue, this is where it'll show up. And it'll be nice to know before you take it out to the range. We're going to put these all in the bag, label them, then we're going to head out to the range. Alright, we'll see you there, folks. Well, it looks pretty good, hardly any muzzle flip. Feels almost like 223 or a 22-250. Okay. Alright, so there you go. There's your 10-shot group right there in the center. I was aiming at these first 2 shots, really the one on top, and then they all placed right there for the next 10 shots. I was shooting a little bit low, but really reproducible. Alright, so there you have it.